If you're like me, you don't want to miss out on what's happening with Star Wars. Stay tuned, we're going to get into all of the juicy details. But don't worry, before we get into something potentially spoilery, we'll show this image on screen, which will be your cue to pause and like the video, then head down to the description, find the appropriate video bookmark, and skip ahead. Let's get into it. First off, Dave Filoni has been made the Chief Creative Officer over Lucasfilm. If you didn't know, Dave Filoni worked closely with George Lucas on the Clone Wars TV series and has had a hand in Lucasfilm ever since. He's even been dubbed as a Lucas encyclopedia. In this new position, he'll work closely with Kathleen Kennedy and provide support for filmmakers to help them tell the stories they're wanting to create. Now, hopefully this means our canon stories moving forward will be a little more Lucas-esque and a little bit less. On the video game front, the remaster of Star Wars Dark Forces is set to release on February 28th, 2024. Now, Night Dive Studios is the one making it happen. They're known for obtaining abandonware games, updating them, and then releasing them for current hardware. Other remasters that they've worked on include Turok 1, 2, and 3, Doom 64, and Quake 1 and 2. So if you've played any of those recently, you'll probably have a pretty good idea of what this one's gonna look like. Way back in October, Ubisoft held its most recent earnings call, and during that call, investors were told that an upcoming large game was being delayed until late 2024 or even 2025. When you compare this information with what we've been told about Ubisoft's other upcoming games, all indications point towards Star Wars Outlaws as being the delayed game, which is really unfortunate because Star Wars Outlaws is one that I was actually looking forward to. I know there's been kind of some mixed reception on it, but for me, I'd like to try it before I make any serious determinations about it. In a recent interview with Axios, Sean Shoptaw, Senior VP of Gaming at Disney, made a comment about the famed Knights of the Old Republic remake. If you haven't already heard, the KoTor Remake has been in the works for some time, but all the information that we have indicates that this project has been put on the back burner. And so this is what Shoptaw had to say. Not a lot I can say on that point for some hopefully obvious reasons, but KoTor is obviously an incredibly popular game, one that we are incredibly proud of and think that there's still a lot of demand for. I'll leave it there. As one Redditor put it, this is one of the statements of all time. And so it seemed KoTor will remain on the back burner for the time being, which is really unfortunate because KoTor is one of my favorite games. I played the heck out of KoTor 1 and 2, but all I can really say is RIP the Apeiron mod. If you know, you know. In a press release on December 4th, Disney Plus UK confirmed only 2 new Star Wars series for release in 2024. They named The Acolyte and Skeleton Crew. This release notably excludes existing series like Andor, Mando, and The Bad Batch. Speaking of The Bad Batch, according to a recent leak, it looks like we can expect the new season to be released early in 2024, very likely in Q1. According to a leak in Bad Batch Season 3, there will be a known Jedi making an appearance. Who do you think it'll be? Cal Kestis, Ahsoka Tano, Kelleran Beck, maybe Kanan Jarrus will make a reappearance? With seemingly so many Jedi survivors, it makes me wonder who's going to be showing up here. The leak indicated that there will be many losses throughout the season. Make what you will of that information. Perhaps the surviving Jedi is going to get killed. Perhaps we're going to lose another member of the Bad Batch family. We'll just have to see. Lastly, someone who's supposed to be dead will be making a return. In my opinion, most likely it's going to be Tech, who of course fell to his death in the final episode of Season 2. But when has falling in Star Wars ever proved to be a permanent death? I'm still here waiting for you, Mace Windu. Alright, grab your grains of salt, because we're headed to the rumor mill. We're going to start off with The Acolyte. This series is looking to premiere sometime in the middle of the year 2024. Some speculating more specifically in August. Next, Ahsoka Season 2 has been cancelled. Or that's what some people want to hear. But rather, Ahsoka Season 2 isn't happening in the way that we expected. That story's going to be wrapped up with a Disney Plus special, so think of it more like an extended episode. Somewhere between a 30-40 minute TV episode and an hour and a half, 2-hour movie. So something in between there to wrap up Ahsoka's story. And that Disney Plus special is expected to lead directly into the plot of Dave Filoni's Mandoverse movie. As we dive back into the Mandoverse, there's an idea that Disney was tossing around of making Mando Season 4 into a movie. But insider information tells us that it's much more likely that we're getting a true Season 4, with filming starting in early Q1 of 2024. My expectation for The Mandalorian Season 4 is like the Ahsoka special. It will lead directly into the plot of Dave Filoni's movie. Sources indicate that Skeleton Crew is set to be released sometime holiday season of 2024. A recent leak gives us a few of the character names for the Skeleton Crew, the main character being called Whim, who, if I had to make my best guess, is going to be this character on screen. Trailer leak at Star Wars Celebration showed an Ortolan child as part of the crew. Think Max Rebo from Return of the Jedi, and that's the species we're talking about. That child's name is supposed to be Neil. Additionally, one of the female characters is apparently named KB, and their droid counterpart's designation is SM33, likely pronounced Sammy. Also, Jude Law is going to be making an appearance in the series as a Jedi, and based on the trailer leak, seems like he's going to be a mentor to this Skeleton Crew. There was also some excitement regarding some Amblin Entertainment style speeder bikes that the kids use in the show, kind of paying tribute to E.T. You may have heard that the Daisy Ridley Rey movie is already in production, but that rumor is apparently false. It is in production because the script wasn't quite ready yet, and especially so because of the recent WGA strike. We can hope that this strike help this show evolve into something that all fans can enjoy and appreciate. But just like every piece of Star Wars content since the original trilogy, there will undoubtedly be pushback of one sort or another. Filming is actually expected to begin sometime this next year, 2024. This follow-up to Rise of Skywalker is set 15 years after the events of Episode 9, and Rey will be attempting the reconstruction of a new Jedi Order. Of course, everything we've covered in the rumor mill is subject to change. But that seems to be the current state of things concerning Star Wars. If you've heard something that I've missed or gotten wrong, head down to the comments section and let me know. Thank you for making it this far in the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on Star Wars. For even more Star Wars content, click on this video here, or for a change of pace, click on this Halo Infinite montage video I put together. Either way, I'll be seeing you in the next one.